Let's get it started. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hits and heels.
Hits and Heels, Season 3, Episode 9.
So what's up,
What's up,
stranger?
y'all? The
We
girl is
ain't seen
back.
you forever.
Hey.
We ain't
I
seen
was
you
trying to
forever.
pop in here and there when you had your guests. Yeah, I was trying to pop in. I was trying to slide in, slide out, listen in. But I'm back. I'm back now. Yay. I'm so glad to be back. It feels good to be back.
Good. I'm glad you're back.
I miss my own show.
Right. You should.
But I had a great year. But I'm glad to be back with my co-host. So what's up, y'all? Hey, Hits and Heels fam.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's
It's
been
been
a
a
while. We
long
took a
time.
couple of weeks off. I ain't gonna lie. I still am kind of. I probably should have grabbed some cough drops because I'm still. I've been fighting a virus for about a week and a half. I have never ever gone this long fighting something. I usually bounce back like very very quickly. And matter of fact, I don't get sick.
I was about to
Um,
say you don't even
I
get
don't
sick,
even get
so
sick, right? And so it has just really, man, been taking a stronghold on me for some reason or whatever. You can still hear it in my voice a little bit, but girl, we moving on, we pushing on, we pushing on, we pushing on. So girl, you've been gone like forever. So I know
yes.
you got all types of stuff
And
to catch up with us on. But the first thing I wanted to
yes.
do is show you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So the championship ring is in that you came to and you witnessed. Look at my.
Yes. Oh
So
my
he's got.
gosh. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
it's nice. Yeah. So it's got his name on that side. You guys
Wow.
can't see it, Bryant. And then on this side is state champions, Frederick Douglass High School, and all that type of stuff. But that's nice. That's
That is so
nice. Look at
nice.
that.
I
Like
love it.
I got big hands.
I love it. I
This is
love
a
it.
big ass ring.
That's a huge ring. I was
It
just
is
thinking that, like,
huge.
that's huge.
It is huge.
Wow.
Like, look at that.
That's an
Like,
enormous ring. That's like the size of my hand.
right. It's big. It's big.
That's so nice.
Right. For those of you,
I love it.
my
Them
son
Broncos.
participated with his Frederick Douglass Broncos and won the 5A Kentucky State Championship. He was the game MVP, and my girl Danny was. We sat there in the cold and we was fussing at the refs and fussing at the coaches,
Listen,
and we thought we was
all
gonna
on the
trick that
field.
game off, and they turned it up in the second
Oh,
half and made
shoot.
it
We
happen,
lost on the
and it
field.
was a
Right.
blast. It was a blast. I appreciate you, my
It was
girls from
fun.
Derby City Dynamite, coming in and supporting again once again. I could never thank y'all
Yes.
enough for coming and sitting in
Yes.
the cold because it was cold. It was cold. Sitting in the cold and
Really, really
supporting
cold.
my baby. And we're so proud of the team and so proud of his accomplishments with the player of the year, and now he's at UK and he's got one semester under his belt and at UK and already. And so we're excited about that. But I just want to get that out of the way, and I wanted you to see the championship ring. So now on to you, girl. So catch us up on Miss Strategic Executive Director, all that stuff. Catch us up on what's been
Man.
going on.
So a lot. Hence my absence, but I love and appreciate you for always holding it down. Um, it has been busy. It's been really busy. It's been so busy. Like but in a good way. You know, I'm sorry. Y'all know, I gotta, I gotta watch the playoff game go in the background, and I done set on the remote and change the channel. But so I think the last time I was like on a full show um was before I did a temporary relocation to New Orleans. So I was there for a month and a half, and at the NIA convention,
You're cutting in and out.
co-host.
You're cutting in and out. Is it me?
Okay. No, it's probably me. Hold on.
And there's like a delay.
Hold on.
Temporary technical difficulties. The life of podcasters. But we always got something going on. Either my lighting is bad, or we can't hear something, or there's an echo, or there's always something. Technology is something else. Anyway, I just got off the phone with my daughter. Okay, go ahead.
Am I back? It's still a delay?
It's a delay, but go ahead.
Dang.
It's like you talk and then your mouth moves. I mean, I can hear you talk and then your mouth moves.
Which is weird. I turned on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, now your mouth is matching.
Okay. I was using my data, and I turned the Wi-Fi on, and says so. Hopefully that fixed it.
Okay.
But so yeah, we had the NAIA, which is National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. We had our convention. That was the last week of March into the first week of April. That was a blast. I learned a lot. I got to meet a lot of great people. I reconnected with some people. I saw two of my former students are now. One is now a head coach for volleyball at Harris Stowe in St. Louis. Okay. And then the other student is the associate athletic director at Xavier in New Orleans.
Okay.
Now, he told a funny story. We were talking, and he was like, I want you to know that I had my master's degree. And he said, but I'm also I'm going for my PhD now. And he said, I remember you staying on my neck in college. He said, you weren't my professor. You weren't a coach or anybody. He said, but I wasn't scared of nobody else but you. And he said, I knew that whenever you saw my grades, you were always going to ask me what the heck I was doing. He said, I always knew that. He said, but I appreciate it now, because now I have my master's and I'm about to go for my PhD, and I never thought I would be able to do it.
Wow, that's good stuff.
So, I'm a big old baby. So I'm up there, I'm crying and everything, but it was, it just warmed my heart to see both of them, but then also to see like just them living their dreams,
Absolutely.
So, and then, I stayed down there. We had our track and field championships, and then we had our baseball championships. And so this whole year has been, 2022 was really a year of transition. And so in the last quarter, I started this new job literally on the first day of the last quarter of the year. And I remember thinking back then, I don't know what I'm doing taking this job, but I know it's a once in a lifetime offer.
Opportunity.
I said, and this may not at the time when I was taking the job, it may not pay any more than I'm already making. But at least I would be doing something that I love with someone that I loved and respected and followed for years. For years. And I used to be like in awe of Dr. Kiki. It was like, oh my God, Dr. Kiki. Like, that's Dr. Kiki. Like, we just, you know. And so I remember the feeling that I had being on the phone with her when she called me to just talk about the position. And when she offered me the job, I was like, wait, you said what? A job? And so in that moment, I was like, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Because I knew that anybody else that was going to take that position would never leave unless they became commissioner or unless they became
Right. Yeah.
A really, like, it was going to be their, like, a huge move next.
Yeah.
So at the end of the year, I got a raise. I ain't never had a raise that fast, first of all.
So after 3 months, you got a raise.
After 3 months, I got a raise. Now, granted, that raise came with a lot more responsibility.
Of course it did.
But it was good. It was good stuff. And so I have an amazing team. Like, we are really, really, really like family. We all work so well together, and my boss describes us as the Avengers, right? Like, we some superheroes. But my assistant, Alex D. Williams, is thebomb.com because anything that I take to her, like, I have a vision for stuff. Like, you know that about me. Like, I'm like, it's like ding ding ding, and I can plan stuff out. I can plan, I can create and do all of this stuff. And Alex is so good that we started with cross country. 2 weeks after I started the job, we had our cross country championship. So we started the shift in our content with cross country. And then by volleyball, there was another shift. But by basketball, baby, we were like off and running. And we produced so much content just for basketball alone. Even our media rights partner was just like, how in the world did you do this you had 10 interns and they did all of this? And I was like, yeah, and Alex. And they were like, can you do that again? Why, yes, we can. But it was so refreshing to have Alex, who with each championship, she just got better. And so by the time we got to baseball, I didn't need to tell her anything. She already knew what my vision was for everything. She already knew how we were, like, what we needed to do. So she would tell the videographer to capture certain things. He was sending her short clips immediately that we could upload to social media. And so since I started, our social media accounts average, well, for Instagram, we're averaging nearly 35,000 views per month. So that's just Instagram. But the biggest thing that I was crying. I ain't gonna lie, I was like in tears because one thing that I only shared this with our team internally, and and not even that often, but I remember telling them on several occasions, I want us to have 100,000 views a day during certain championships or events. Like I want to get to that point where our content is producing hundreds of thousands of views per day when it goes live, like the live events. That's how I want to average that. And so my 8-month anniversary was May 1st, and on May 1st, we got word that our baseball championship hit nearly 500,000
Whoa.
in 4 days.
That's good stuff.
So I hit my average
Here we
for the
go.
first time. And I just remember thinking, like, the strategies are paying off. And so this is what I was telling people before, like, your content, like social media and that digital space, it's not gonna hit immediately just because you start
You're
going
posting
live, right?
stuff.
You have
Yeah.
to, you have to give it time. And I was always looking at our numbers. I was looking at our content. I was critiquing my own stuff and saying, "Oh, we've got to make an adjustment for this," right? Um, and so, and Alex, like I said, anytime I spoke with her, she gets me, right? So she listens, and then after we talk, she'll send me a text message and say, "Can you read through this? I just want to make sure that this is what you said you want." And then so then I get to see what I'm telling her to do, and I'll be like, "Wait, I said that?" Or wait, I meant this, or let's, now
Yeah.
that I'm reading this, let's switch this up.
Let's
And
yeah.
so we just became like this literally like a well-oiled machine. And so now she's grown so much in the last year, right? That now she's like hitting this management style. She's learning how to manage interns and production and things like that. She wants to be a sideline reporter anyway. So
Hmm.
now I'm like, you take all it. So during baseball, she and track and field, she really owned that space. And it was so amazing to see her working and operating in that space because I was just like, this is incredible. Like, this is what you want to do. And so being able to help her facilitate that, man, I was
Absolutely.
like, I'm golden. Um, so a lot of what I've been doing has been developing some pieces to take our communications and specifically our digital space to the next level. And so being able to see a lot of that come to fruition and see a lot of the things that we started working on back in October, and now, May hits and baseball hit, and it was like we're hitting our numbers, we're hitting our engagement, we're getting a lot of great feedback. And then we had the last couple of calls that we've had with some of our leadership and our media rights partner. They have been just um, excited about what we've accomplished because it directly impacts their schools. So, I love telling stories. I love finding that content that we could tell. And so, but sorry. Um, I think one of the most exciting things that I could say that I'm ending the year with, never thought that I would do this. But now you can add director and executive producer to my name.
Okay.
because we are now working on 2 documentaries on a
Okay.
couple of our schools. So I'm excited about that because I never thought I would do that, but now, yes, like I'm executive producing and developing the storyline for these 2 documentaries. So they will be out this summer. I have some dope interns that recorded everything. And a couple of them are going to be doing the final edits for us. And I just have to write the copy that's going to go up on the screen while people are talking, giving some background information. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
That's good stuff.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
If I can get past this cough, last week I was in Chicago moving your niece who quit her job without having another job. I hope she ain't watching because she hates when I put her business down the street. And a week later, got an offer, make her $25,000 more, and a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I tell you God is good, God is good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
She like
so
a
I'm
mama.
super proud of you.
She be doing her thing.
I'm super proud of you both. Because y'all killing the game. For real, y'all killing the game. And I just love when people just walk in their authentic truth about what they want, what they want to do. We're my team is going to Grand Rapids this weekend. We've been excuse me. We did a couple of L's because we're playing pro teams and not teams on our division.
Right.
So so my team's a little bit down because we didn't took some L's, but we're hoping to change that this weekend. Heck, if I can even make it, I heard I might have to work. I found that out today that I might have to. It might be mandatory work this Saturday. I was like, what? What? When do we do that? So I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway,
Lord,
I'm proud of you. All I gotta do is just say I'm proud of you because I just remember right before you took the job, the transition that you were in, the headspace that you were in, what you were seeking God for. You was on your face,
calling
child,
crying.
and you was telling him he need to fix it. He need to work it out, and he worked that thing right on out. He worked it right on out for you, and for my baby too. And so I'm just so proud of you, and that's good. So you said you was watching the playoffs. Who was you watching?
Yes. So right now it's Boston and Miami.
And
it looks like I have my glasses on. It looks like Boston is up by almost 20.
Oh wow, they're blowing him out too. See, yeah. I don't understand how NBA teams still getting blown out in 2023. I just don't. I'm just not understanding that. Like every team
that
should
Lakers
just be.
Game, I was like, y'all suspect.
Yeah.
Y'all throwing these games for sports betting.
Right. It does kind of make you think that, right? Because and the calls that are suspect too. You're thinking that, okay, how much money Vegas got on this game? Because y'all, this is clearly, rigged. So
listen, a hot mess.
It's a hot mess, right? But you know what else is a hot mess? That you could be in the WNBA, get picked in the 12th round of the draft, and get cut. So why are there like 5 girls that have been drafted in like the last 2 years cut from teams already?
Cut. Yes. Because there are not enough teams.
Because
They
there's not
need to
enough teams,
expand.
and they need to expand.
They need to expand.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about how adding one more team would impact
Yeah.
rosters, right?
Yeah.
That's 20
Because you're
additional
drafting
people that
36 a
draft.
year, and there's not even 36 teams. So you're like,
Right.
okay, somebody's not getting ready to play,
No.
or somebody's getting ready to lose their job.
Right.
So, but they can still go overseas and make more money anyway. Just don't go to Russia.
But it's almost like you almost can't even go overseas because if you play European ball, you still playing in Russia. You still gotta fly there. Sis,
Yeah,
make this make sense.
I don't know how
Make
to
it
make
make
it make
sense.
sense. I don't know how to make it make sense. Because I'm looking at your schedule, and I'm not getting ready to go to Russia. So I guess I'm not playing. So I guess I got to stay in the States and figure it out, and get a side hustle from, what is it, from like October to, when is this season end? Like August, I think. I forgot when their playoffs is. They start May, but I think they're done by the end of the summer. I think they're in the
The
summer. I
end
think
of-
they're done by the time football season starts.
Yeah, they're because they're done before college balls even starts.
Yeah, I think so. Right. So they're done pretty quickly.
So-
Right. So now you got to find a hustle between August and the season starts this weekend. So
Right.
I think camp started a month ago. So through March, you got to find something in between that. I don't know what to tell y'all. Go substitute, teach, coach, something. I mean, you can't even really coach, because girls basketball, they're doing AAU during the summer. And by the time you get to the team, you've already just missed out because your season's getting ready to start. So you can't really go coach.
Right.
Coach. Yeah, it'd be hard. It would be difficult to coach.
Yeah. Well, I do know I mean, you can't really be a head coach, right? You got to be an assistant coach.
Right. Maybe assistant coach
times,
with somebody that's very, understanding your flexible schedule. Yes.
Yeah.
Like me playing for my husband, I might not get off work on time to get to practice on time. So, he gives me that flexibility because I know the head coach and understands my schedule. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Right.
And so I'm actually trying to see. So I've got to find Raven Fields. Okay, so she is the assistant coach for women's basketball at SUNO, Southern University at New Orleans. And she plays semi-pro ball.
Okay. Who she play for?
During the summer. Atlanta Stars.
Oh, I didn't realize there was the semi-pro teams
they have
like that.
Semi-pro team there. Yep.
Yeah, just like we do with the women's football. Okay.
Yep, exactly.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to see if she's available because she would be a good one to talk about how to.
Oh, absolutely.
That.
Just Let
me see if I can get her on real quick.
Okay. So that would be interesting, and then I could smack your boy John Morant in the mouth.
So that gets my whole sociology.
What's that about?
I be wanting to tussle with him.
Yeah, what's that about?
So a couple of things. So we always hear like you're a product of the environment that you grow up in, but you can also be a product of an environment that you want to be
in. Yeah.
And I think that, from a sociological perspective, we don't talk about that enough, right? So you're assimilating to something that you don't belong to in order to make yourself seem real.
Oh,
And like we see this all the time, right?
right.
Kids do it in school, kids do it growing up. Ja Morant is 23 years old.
He's got his whole life in front of him.
He has his whole life in front of him, but he's not too far beyond being a teenager.
He's still a baby.
He's still a baby. And let me say this: if you listen to Ja Morant's father,
you'll understand why.
Ooh, I'll be like, his dad comes across as
immature,
a trouble starter. Like he seems like a troublemaker.
Right. Because his mama went to like Finish Line or something like that, and somebody gave him a hard time, and she called Ja, and then Ja shows up there with like 10 people, and the little customer service dude done had to lock himself out in the closet in the back, and they banging on the door trying to get him to come out. Like,
it's like
so the mama so the mama ain't too far from it either.
Yeah. So this whole idea that he's pretending to be something that he's not, that could be the case, right? But let me tell you something. Just because you from the suburbs doesn't mean that you ain't hood. That's number one. But also, my second thing is, regardless of any of that, when you look at his parents, when you look at some of the things that his father has said, when former NBA and current NBA players are calling him and saying, your son reminds me of how I was when I first came into the league. And if he doesn't do this and he doesn't do that, if he doesn't get himself together, he's going to ruin his whole career. And for the father to say, basically, don't tell me how to raise my child, it's that kind of mentality, right? So you don't care about your son? Because he keep flashing a gun. It's not.
And you're not getting ready to tell me that he's not one of the top players in the league, that he shouldn't have made All NBA. And so you lost on $42 million because you didn't make that. And I think the reason why you didn't make it is because of your reputation, because you're not representing the league accordingly. There's still a business.
Not even just the league, but I remember when David Stern came in, and he really wanted to change the culture and change the perception that people had about the culture of the league, right? So so when Steven Jackson, when he choked out his strangled his coach, right? That was immediately dealt with. And I believe that he changed the dress code as well around that time, right? So you weren't allowed to come in with your pants hanging off your butt in these ridiculously large t-shirts and all of that. So I think that a couple of things that we're going to see with Ja Morant is, number one, he's about to be severely punished. Not only because he's not representing his team well, he's not representing the league well, but also you have a large following, and a large following of young people. And so what is the perception that you're giving young people? And my thing is, when we hear on a daily basis now that tens of hundreds of people are being murdered due to gun violence in one setting, right? For you to have this weird gangster mentality at a time like this when you are not a gangster, right? And
At all.
there's I don't know if it's a rapper or a current gang member who literally said, I think it's a current gang member. John Morant is in these videos and while he's playing and all this other stuff, and he's throwing up the Crip sign.
Uh-oh.
And this gang member, is part of the Crips, said, I want Ja to come hang out with me. I don't have any beef with him. I don't have a problem with him. None of that. I just want him to see the life that he's portraying.
The reality.
And show him that he's really not about that life.
Absolutely.
And so I think when you see that, right, and you hear that, and you're like, yeah, he really doesn't get it. And it lets you know that there's something with him that's not registering.
Something.
And until it registers, he's going to continue getting in trouble, because you can't have drive-by therapy, right? Why was he only suspended for 8 games? What is 8 games going to do?
I don't know.
You basically
already lost out on $42 million. But when you're a multi-millionaire like that, yeah, I guess losing a couple $1 million don't mean nothing anymore.
It clearly doesn't. But my whole thing is, what exactly are you trying to represent? I think that we can write statements coming from a PR perspective. We can write statements. We can direct you on what to say, when to say, and how to say it, right? But there has to come a time where someone is sitting him down and saying, your words don't mean anything anymore, because you cannot apologize and go and do the same thing. I said this after the whole situation that I went through. I ain't accepting no apology that ain't changed behavior.
Absolutely. The only apology I'm accepting is changed behavior.
If you ain't changing your behavior, you're not sorry. You're not remorseful. And you may not be remorseful because you have some mental health issues that you ain't dealt with. You have some trauma from your past. You have a family history of foolishness that you don't even know that you're dealing with. There's generations upon generations of stuff that you have taken on that you don't even know how to deal with, because you don't recognize it as a problem, because you've witnessed the foolishness for so long. Now
that it's become the norm.
Hello. But we're not ready to have these conversations.
We're not ready to have those conversations.
We keep tap dancing around these conversations.
We're not ready to have those conversations.
No, we need to talk about the fact that if you look at his parents, right?
Yeah.
If you look
the
at
apple
his
is not falling too far from the freaking tree.
The apple's still on the daggone tree. Ain't nobody picked it yet. Because if somebody had picked it for real, he may not be in this situation.
Right.
That apple is still,
and that's what they say.
He's even ready to be picked.
He just doesn't have a great mentorship, because at what point, if I mean, I had some personal issues that kind of came up, and I have to call my girls and be like, am I tripping?
Right.
And if I'm tripping, check me. But I have to go to people that I know that's not just going to agree with what I say, or just jump on the bandwagon on what I think I want them to say or to respond, but to be like, Terry, I think you're really tripping. I think you're really overreacting. I think, I think you really need to get this together, because, you're not really making no good decisions right now. I think, he doesn't have those type of people in his life. He's got yes people in his life, because the yes people in his life he's paying them. I guarantee he's paying them. And they want to keep getting that paycheck, so they're not being truthful with him.
But sometimes you don't even have to pay. And I have a serious problem with the people that are with Ja, right? Because why do you keep going live? what kind of friend are you? Yeah, I mean, I know you're not a real friend, right? But
Yeah,
why
because the one
why do you
friend
keep
did
recording?
take the, I think did took the phone away from him or something during the live, from my
No,
understanding.
he was already going live. See, here's my thing. Ja has
Mm,
already shown himself to be who he is, right? So
yes,
you,
yes,
as my friend, you would know, don't go live, because not everything is for public consumption.
yeah.
So you going live because you know something gonna pop off.
It's get something's getting ready to
I
pop
don't
off,
care how
and you're,
quickly.
and why are you
Yeah,
a attention
I don't
being an attention
care
seeker?
how quickly he put his phone down.
Yeah,
So you want to show off that you're with this NBA player.
right.
Why we don't see you doing anything else but doing foolish stuff, right? You're not recording him doing community service. You're not recording him at practice. You're not recording him just chilling doing regular stuff, right? You're recording this man acting a fool. And that's what
Yes,
you want to highlight? So I have a problem with that too, right?
absolutely.
Because now you are part of causing controversy. Because if you were my friend, you would be protecting me, right? You wouldn't even be going live.
You wouldn't be going live. You would be disrespecting me like that by going live.
Oh, his friend was trying to protect him because he put his phone down right away. Ah, please. He knew he they probably had a conversation. There was a conversation probably going on in that car before that phone ever even came out and they went live. You can't, I mean, come on now.
I just don't understand it. You know, you have a once in a lifetime opportunity to be an NBA player, period. Period. Like
Right.
the the statistics of being able to be an NBA player, the chances is, I think more people, I think we have a better chance of winning the lottery than becoming an NBA player.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because the chances of
Right.
being able to be at that level is so unique, and you're messing it up.
Yeah. But my thing is when you don't have the right people in your life, you didn't grow up the way I don't think you grew up the way everybody's saying that he grew up. So
And
just
probably
because you
not. He
went
said
to
his
a
dad was
private
sharp.
school,
Yeah, just because you went to private school, that don't mean nothing. Just because your dad was hard on you and your biggest hater, that don't mean anything either. You know, I know some children right now. They got some parents that that's a little trifling. You know, they're great kids, and I hope that none of that comes out when they become older. Um, but the parents, you know, look, got the good jobs, you know, but there's some narcissism or it's something there.
yeah, I just um I feel like they all need individual therapy, they need family therapy. And I don't mean just a few sessions, right? I think the job would benefit greatly by having an what do they call it, inpatient treatment, right? He needs to
Oh
go
yeah.
somewhere for a few more like
I mean,
chemical
yeah,
dependency. They have the same thing for
for,
other types
like
of
being an
therapy that
alcoholic or like being a drug addict, you know,
exactly.
just
Yeah.
yes, absolutely, yes.
But they have those same facilities for like mental health. You know,
Mm.
they're not called the same thing, but you can go there. I think that there's something off. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he's severely at risk of um, being put out the league for good. You know,
And that's a
um,
big possibility.
you can get to the point where either you get permanently banned, right? But you can permanently ban yourself.
Yeah.
Look at what happened with Gilbert Arenas. Who would have thought that Gilbert Arenas would have turned out the way he was? He got to Washington and acted like a bullet. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
And who
granted,
was
he was
and
there
what's the
after
other
they
one?
changed their name from the Bullets, but Sean Kemp, you know, he was another one that squandered everything. You know what I'm saying? So I think that
What's the one that was dating the Kardashian sister? He played with the Lakers.
Tristan Thompson. Oh no,
Mm-mm.
Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom.
Mhm.
Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
A hot
Now
mess.
he's recovered now. I think.
Girl,
I think he has recovered.
did he?
He got more trouble.
I don't
Did he get
know.
more trouble?
Girl, I
Oh.
don't think so. I ain't heard from him. I don't even be looking for him.
But yeah, I think that
I mean, even somebody like Dwight Howard, like why is Dwight Howard having to play overseas when you used to be the man? I don't know.
you squander your money. You know, um, or you could be like a Dennis Rodman who had a financial advisor, a manager who was stealing from him.
Yeah. And I know that
You know,
happens a lot
yeah, it does.
because you trust the person and then they're like, this big dummy don't have a freaking clue. And by the time he figure it out, I'll be long gone.
Right. Yep. And that's what happened with Dennis Rodman. And I think they have an ESPN special on him.
Really? On Dennis?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a
I forget the name of
is it a
it.
30 for 30?
It might
I
be.
think they did a 30 for 30 on Dennis.
I think that's what it is, but I forget the name of it. Let me find out. I gotta find it because I know there was one called for better. What is it for better or worse?
Oh, gotcha.
But that was from like 4 years ago. But that's not the.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
this is a brand new
I don't.
documentary.
Yeah, I don't know. Between I think the two biggest headlines that I think is, of course, is the NBA playoffs, and then the WNBA, all the cuts from top players that were. I mean, the number one player from last year got cut. The number one pick from last year got cut.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
It's ridiculous.
Like, make it make sense. Is the level of the WNBA like that? And it should be.
It should be, but here's my thing: if you recognize this is happening, someone somewhere, there has to be someone with a seat at the table that says we need to
Something's
give
got to change.
more opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Mind blowing. Look, oh no, that ain't. I need. Oh yeah, Miami done came back.
What?
I'm telling you, this stuff is rigged.
It's rigged, girl. It is rigged.
They were down by 18. They were down by 18. Now the score is 71-68.
Go look at what the over and under is for Vegas.
I know.
All you got to do is go look at the over and under and before game, and it'll tell you who's gonna win that game.
Who's gonna win? Right. Because these officials be in the pockets of the bookies.
That's obvious. So
I can't. The last time I looked at the score for real, they were literally. I promise you, they were down by like 18. It was like
wow.
79-61.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's crazy.
40 something to 59.
Mhm. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Anyway, girl, what else you got? Because we could go ahead and wrap this up because your girl is tired.
No, you see me yawning. About to take my butt to bed.
Ooh, I'm tired.
Last night I was laid up in the bed watching the Lakers game, and I just remember saying, you know what? They losing so bad. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and take my glasses off. And if I make it through the end of the game, great. But if not, oh well.
Oh well.
So I woke up in the middle of the night watching, because they always put the replay of the game on like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I woke up and I was like, the game is still on. Like I was like, I was so confused. And then I looked at my phone. I was like, oh, okay. I've been asleep. So it's like 2:20 in the morning. But you know what? I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be back. I'm grateful to that we are coming up on a year of our show. Um, I'm grateful for our friendship. I'm grateful that you know before I took this job, I remember us having so many like very critical conversations for the both of us, and so to see how God orchestrated all of that for both of us. Like it really does blow my mind, and
It's
I
mind
think
blowing.
that is one of the
It's mind blowing.
biggest reasons why now, like someone we one of the athletic directors, um, we had a call today, and I got on a call. And he was like, "Oh, always grateful to see the Queen, Danny in the house," and I was like, "Huh?" And he was like, he started totally unexpected. He started talking, and he was saying like, "We appreciate you. Like you have worked really hard for us this year, and what you've accomplished has been great." And it just made me think like I've got to level up. I've got to continue getting better at everything across the board. And no matter what it is that I'm doing, I always have to get better at it because this is still a once in a lifetime.
One time opportunity.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But I remember
Yeah.
those conversations. I remember you like one of the last calls that I had with you before I took this job. I remember it so clearly. I was like down, down, down. I had just gotten off work. My body was killing me. I was aching. I was out here driving these 26-foot trucks, moving like I was hurting. And I just remember calling you and like I had like the snot cry. Like and I remember us praying. And I just said, God, I know this ain't what I want to do.
Yeah.
I know this ain't it.
Yeah.
But honey, them snot and them tears
Look how they done paid off.
paid off because here
Absolutely.
we
Because you
are.
killing the game. Killing it. Killing it.
And so are you, Coach Terry.
Yeah,
Coach
I'm ready. I had a conversation with James Setter today. And yeah, we ready to take things to another level. So we'll see. We'll see. I got invited to do some coaching calls, training or something or whatever online. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
We'll see how
That's
it
the other thing.
goes.
So I got one more. I have a speaking engagement June 11th in Orlando.
Good.
So Minority Opportunities and Athletic Administration, MOA. So I'll be talking about diversity, inclusion, and equity, and how, as sports communicators or communicators, period, how we take some of the stories that are happening, like George Floyd's death, and you know, the racially charged hate crimes and things like that, and how do we still tell our stories? How do we still make our minority students feel welcome and feel like they belong and things like that? So, which is hard. How do I make you feel like?
How is it hard at an HBCU though?
No, I'm saying, how do I make you feel like you belong in a society?
In a society. Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely.
Where
yes.
all you're seeing is Black people being murdered by other people. Like, our lives aren't valued, right? So how are you going to value an
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's part of the
My
issue
bad.
now. It's like, you don't value HBCUs. You actually think that HBCU is a step down, right?
Right. You think it's a step down.
We're producing politicians like congressmen, right? The vice president.
Right.
So, and my whole thing is like, we got to stop talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion as if it is a problem for us to solve, right? Because I don't want you to think that because of your melanated skin is a problem, that we have to find a solution for it.
Right.
The problem is not my melanated skin. The problem is actually your racism. I don't know if I can say that during my speech. I might say it though, because I'm a little.
But again, it's like dealing, dealing with a racist is no different than dealing with somebody that's an alcoholic that don't know that they're alcoholic. Somebody that's an addict that don't know that they're addict. They haven't gotten to that realization yet. And it's so hard to deal with them because they don't think that they are.
Right.
So it is what it is. All right, Chickie, we made it.
We made it.
Together again, finally. After 50 years.
I know. It did feel like.
Anyway, happy birthday to your dad. What else I think I saw? Yeah, so happy Mother's Day to your mom.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so.
But yes, I need all the pictures of my nephew's graduation.
Okay.
Some.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even get a graduation picture, so I can send out invitations. My bad. Did I say that online, out loud, on the air? Woo. Didn't mean to.
Yeah. Wait, that's a whole other episode, right? Because I got my sociology hot sauce to sprinkle all over that one.
Woosah, right?
What Martin say? Woosah. Woosah.
Woosah. But all right, girl, let's get off of here.
All right, boo. So,
sign us off.
Thank you again for joining us for Hits and Heels, Season 3, Episode 9. We can't wait to see you next week. Same bad time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same bad channel, YouTube and Facebook. Make Make sure you are following us on all social platforms at Hits and Heels. That's how you find us all over the place. All over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're working on some other things. We need y'all to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, if you're interested in being a guest, please reach out to us. We would love to have you on. And that's about it. Make sure you follow us. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next week, 9 p.m. Eastern. Right here.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all. Good night.